What is the biggest challenge you're facing right now?
Well, I know right now that when we look at all of the communication we're receiving from parents, from teachers, watching the media, I think we're really dealing with people's fears and concerns about how are we going to be able to create a safe enough environment, to create an environment where we can mitigate the amount of risk that kids have and staff have, and create a place where people feel comfortable to return back to work. And this has been an extremely challenging time in getting ready and getting to that point. But I'll still go back, and I think it's really about us dealing with people's attitudes, fears, and concerns about, is the place really ready for me to come back to?
What are some of those fears?
Well, I think the fear right now is there's a fear of people catching COVID. I think there's a fear about people transmitting COVID. There's a degree of concern that people are going to bring COVID into the school. But we need to remember that the king of transmission here really is the community. And that if we can control COVID at the community level and manage it at the community level through really good health surveillance, monitoring processes, testing, diagnosis, trace contacting, if that can be managed at the community level, then we certainly should be able to create environments that are safe enough.
But it seems to be, sorry to interrupt, but it seems to be managed at the community levels. I mean, when you look at the numbers in Regina, certainly. So what accounts for this continuous sort of, and you go online, there's a lot of criticism about how school boards and schools are handling it. What do you make of it?
I think a lot of people are looking at experiences elsewhere. I think a lot of people are looking at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, other places that are posting lots of the horror stories that have happened in other provinces where they've started early, they didn't have effective plans in place, and then they had to recalibrate their plans at some point in time and go back at it. I was watching a program this morning on CBC early about how they're preparing at Dalhousie to bring people back. I'm looking at the approach that we are essentially using in Canada in community by community, school division by school division, comparing to what's being done in other parts of the world. We are taking, I think we're taking a really fairly cautious approach on trying to mitigate as much of the possibility as we can.